All right, guys, let's get some NCAA basketball picks and props for Monday, February 26th slate of games. Trey, let's take a look at the leaderboard. Have you start us off?
Yeah, not a good day for me. My momentum keeps going downhill. But hey, by this time next week, that record's going to be flip-flopped. But I did give out Boston University minus 7.5 against Loyola. Boston, they played with my heart so much in this game. They were up big in this game early, even had a 14-point halftime lead. And then once again, a pick blew a big lead, and the game went into overtime, and they won, but did not cover. Same old, same old.
I feel like that's happened to you 4 or 5 times in a row. Tough breaks. I did go 0-1 again. I gave out over 158.5 points between Memphis and FAU. If you told me they scored 91 points in one of the halves, I would have put everything on it. They scored 61 in the first half, 91 in the second half, 152 in the game. So we did go under the number there. 0-1 day for myself. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, 0-1 here as well. Mr. Reliable did not show up. I gave out Jameer Young over 19.5 points versus Rutgers. Young, he only scored 12 points in this game, and he just did not shoot very well. Only shot 3 for 9 from the field. His double-digit free throws were nice, but were just not enough to get us to the over.
Yeah, I sent Trey a text right after the games. I think our players made seven made field goals together, and they missed like 30-something. I had Baylor Shireman to go over 18.5 points going up against St. John's. He had 12 points in the game. He shot 16 times. He went 1 of 10 from 3. I can't really ask anymore. He had the shots. He just did not have it. He just didn't have the shots today. He shoots 40% from deep. He just couldn't make anything today. 0-1 day there. Trey, let's go to the group play. We finally pick up a win. We sweep the board. You gave out Ohio State. I gave out Ohio State. Ohio State on the road, 18 consecutive losses, I believe, outright against Michigan State, and a dagger 3 to end the game on the buzzer beater. So shout out to Ohio State for the massive win on the road, taking down the Spartans. Let's go to the group play from tomorrow. Miami, the Hurricanes, going on the road to face off against North Carolina. North Carolina, big number here, minus 13.5, over under 155. Have you start?
Yeah, this game's going to be a fun game to watch. Miami, they have kind of fallen off what we were expecting them to be. Not all their fault. Most of it is injury related. Their team is still good, but Nigel Pack being out has really hurt this Hurricanes team. Meanwhile, this North Carolina team is coming in this game seemingly at full strength. They got RJ Davis. They got Armando Bacot. That's basically all they need. And those two seniors, it seems like they're on a mission to make madness happen in March. And thank God for them. It's almost March. So I'm going to go with UNC here. I'm going to take them minus 13.5. Miami, this is a big number for them. They could cover it. But at the end of the day, I don't want to be looking like an 88 whenever North Carolina wins this game by 20-plus points, which I think is the most likely outcome here in this game. Miami, they're just not going to be able to score enough points, and their defense has been very leaky. So give me the Tar Heels here, minus 13.5.
Yeah, I'm going to be with you here with North Carolina, minus 13.5 at home. The first game, North Carolina won on the road. I think it was by 3 points. Nigel Pack in that game, though, had 20 points for the Hurricanes. He's still dealing with that injury. They said he was going to be ready for Georgia Tech. Didn't see him on the floor. I don't know the status right now going up against North Carolina, but the early indication is that he's not going to play, especially with this line being 13.5. So we're going to stick with North Carolina here. Plus, North Carolina coming off Virginia. The offense is going to look a lot better in this game going up against this Miami Hurricanes defense. So look for North Carolina to make a ton of shots in this game. Minus 13.5 is the play for me as well. Trey, we're sweeping the board there. Let's go to our plays for tomorrow. Have you start?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to take us over to this Alabama State going up against Bethune-Cookman game, and this is going to be a very fun game to watch. The SWAC, they always deliver fun games. Alabama State, they come in this game with a 12-15 record. They're also 13-11 ATS, and they're 7-7 in conference play. In the Hornets, they are 3-11 on the road this year. And Bethune-Cookman, they come in this game with a 13-14 record. They're also 13-12 ATS, and they're 8-6 in conference play. In the Wildcats, they are 10-2 at home this year. So one team is significantly better at home than the other is on the road and better in conference play. So give me Bethune-Cookman. I'm going to be taking them here minus 2.5 in this game. I love that this number is so close to a pick 'em because I expect them to control this game. I expect them to probably be able to push to a double-digit win because we've seen their offense step up as the season has progressed. During conference play, they have the second best ranked offense compared to Alabama State, who has the second worst. But it does need to be noted, though, that Alabama State, they do have a good defense. But whenever we look at their record here on the road, it doesn't look like they have been very consistent on the road. So I don't think that their defense is going to show up here and slow down this elite Bethune-Cookman offense. And whenever we factor in that Alabama State, they only averaged 62 points per game in their last 4 road games because Bethune-Cookman, they averaged 76 points per game over their last 5 home games. Give me the home team that's going to run up the score here in this big SWAC home game. So give me Bethune-Cookman. I'm taking them -2.5 against Alabama State.
SWAC action. Love the play there, Trey. For my play today, we're going to the Big 12, looking at Baylor, going on the road to face off against TCU. The Bears are underdogs on the road, +2.5. I'm going to take Baylor in this game with the points as a play. I've said many times over the season of college basketball that whenever you play in the Big 12 and you go on the road, you should bet the home team every single time. TCU is the home team as a favorite. This is a very big game for both teams for seeding in the March Madness tournament. I'm going to take the points in this game strictly off of how Baylor ended their last game. If Baylor was able to knock off Houston at home in the last game in overtime, I'd be all over TCU in this game to cover the spread. The problem is the letdown spot's gone now for Baylor, and they want to get a win now, dropping back-to-back games in the Big 12. They also have revenge on the mind to make matters worse here for TCU. TCU beat them on the road 105-102 in the first matchup. And TCU, they have been playing very well over the last 4 games. They covered the spread in 4 consecutive, winning 3 of the last 4. But this is just a really bad spot for them, even though they're at home. Baylor, they're a very talented team. They are very physical at times. We saw that in the second half against Houston. And I think they're going to come into this game very energized after dropping back-to-back against 2 of the better teams in the Big 12 and try to get some frustration out on this TCU team. Give me the revenge spot. Give me the points with Baylor as the play. Trey, let's go to the props. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm pretty excited to talk about my guy because it's from my favorite team. Give me Tylor Perry to go over 16.5 points going up against West Virginia. I really love this over for Perry in this game. Even though this number is set up pretty high, I expect them to reach 20-plus points here in this one. That's because Perry, he's getting a great matchup that he should be able to take advantage of. And I believe that for a few reasons. And the first reason is because this is a home game for Perry. We've seen him take more shots, shoot more efficiently, and play more minutes at home. Because in his 17 home games, Perry, he's averaging 17.1 points per game, which is over this number. And whenever we look at his recently, in his last 4 home games, Perry, he's averaging 22.3 points per game, which is way over this number. So he's coming in this game with some serious momentum behind him. And I also really love this matchup here versus West Virginia because their defense is very leaky. They're ranked in the bottom 50 in terms of shots allowed per game. That's because they play at a very high pace. So that's going to allow Perry to get a ton of volume here in this game. And that's going to push him over to that 20-piece nugget right there. So give me Tylor Perry to go over his 16.5 points versus West Virginia.
Yeah, Trey, love the play there. For my play today, we're going to the group play. It's going to be R.J. Davis to go over his total points going up against Miami. Going back to one of my favorite players here in R.J. Davis. Get the job done scoring for this North Carolina team is his main goal. North Carolina's coming off a game against Virginia where everything came tough to them. And R.J. Davis had his worst shooting performance of the season, maybe his entire career, going 1 of 14 from the field. He still managed to score 12 points in the game, having 9 free throws. But in this game against Miami, everything's going to come easier to him. This Miami defense has been very bad with leaks everywhere on the floor this year. And the first time R.J. Davis went to Miami just a couple weeks ago, he poured in 25 points and he only made 6 shots. He put up 19 in that game. He was open the entire game. He was just finding it hard to make his 2-point shots, only making 1 of 8 from inside the arc. He did all of his damage from the outside and from the free throw line, going a perfect 8 of 8 from the line. And I don't see anything changing this time around, especially at home this time around against North Carolina. Miami's coming into this game in worse form than they were in the last game, and R.J. Davis is scoring more points at home, 21.4 points per game on less shots than he is on the road. He's shooting 45.5% from the field and 41.7% from deep at home. I'm going to take him once again to go over his total points against this very bad Miami defense. R.J. Davis over his total points as the play. Trey, let's go to the graphic. Have you start us off?
Yeah, guys, I'm going to go with Bethune-Cookman -2.5 versus Alabama State. They're the better team. They're at home. Their offense is on a roll, and I expect that to continue. Also going with Tylor Perry over 16.5 points versus West Virginia. Tylor, he really struggles on the road, but thank God this is a home game for us. And they're expected to blow out West Virginia, and their defense is brutal. So I expect them to show up here.
Love it. I'm going with Baylor here in the revenge spot after a disappointing loss. +2.5 on the road against TCU should be a really good game. And then R.J. Davis over his total points against Miami, 25 the last time, 25 this time at home. Trey, that's going to do it for the NCAA basketball plays and props for Monday, February 26th slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like in this video and subscribe to the channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching. Super Bowl. We also have 12,000 subs coming right around the bend. We're at 10,200. We're going to give away 2 tickets to anybody to any game they want. NBA, NFL, college basketball. It doesn't matter. We can wait until the new season for NFL. Any game you want to go, whenever we get to 12K, we're going to have that giveaway coming up as well. We also have a new game. It's going to be Trey and myself versus the Bear Pack. You can call it Pros versus Joes if you want. I don't really like the name because I don't consider us pros. I don't consider you guys Joes. But Trey, if you want to go to the YouTube channel, this is how you guys play. You're going to go to our YouTube channel. You're going to hit the community tab. We've been in the community tab a lot this season. You're going to go to the community tab. We have our plays for the day. So obviously the intro is not going to have plays for today, but these are our plays for our next video. It's the Pelicans -2.5, the Heat -5, Quinnipiac -4.5, and Wisconsin -10.5. Those are Trey's and myself's plays. What you guys are going to do is pick which one you think will not hit, meaning you're going to fade us, which is Pros versus Joes, which is the game called, but you guys are going to try to pick which one is not going to hit. If you guys win, you're going to get a point. If we win, we're going to get a point. We're going to run it Friday through Friday every single week. Whichever team has the most wins, so 4-3, 6-2, whatever it is, that person or group will win $50. If the community wins, we're going to do a wheel spin for the community. If we win, I don't know how we're going to get our cheddar, but you guys are just going to have to subscribe, I guess, more. But that's the game. Hopefully everybody understands it. Trey, let's get into the video. Look at the leaderboard. We had multiple questions this morning about how to become a member for the YouTube channel. Let's do that really quick tutorial. You're going to go to youtube.com. You're going to go to Bears Profit Plays. You're going to search it in. You're going to hit our thing. There's a join button right just to the right of subscribe. You're going to click that. There's two options. You have the Bear Pack for $4.99. That gives you access to YouTube member plays. And then you have the Bear Pack Gold for $7.99 a month. That gives you access to our member plays on YouTube. And it gives you a 1-month membership to our website, bearsprofitplays.com. So if you get the Bear Pack Gold, you save yourself $2 a month, a little bit cheaper if you want to do that. But that is the tutorial for anybody that needed it. We had multiple questions today through email about how to do it, and it wasn't working. But if you want to know, there it is right there. Trey,